every Wednesday, pretty much the same segment here, except it was all about MMA. Myself and my buddy Richie, when we were both working for the Borg, so he does some pretty good stuff, and he's really like big on like college basketball and stuff like that. Really big into hoop though. So we were tossing around the idea of buying some time late to do a late night radio show, but the cost was pretty prohibitive. It was a little silly.
I actually recently thought about putting Fight Net Radio. We've got a pretty solid 3 hours between everything we've got. Once a week, doing the 3-hour show again on Saturday and broadcasting it out through the desert again like we did. I'm like, why? It's the same people that are listening right now, and it costs a whole hell of a lot less. And I might actually get one of these sponsors to click.
I'll tell you what, sponsors listening, I see a lot worse product being sponsored by a lot of big names. I mean, what's up?
No crap. All right. This is the reason you guys listen to the show each and every week. I know this is the reason you guys wait, and it's the reason I put it at the end of the show. You want the football picks. In fact, I'm so confident in the football picks that come November 11th, I'm going to build this war chest on Saturday, November 11th, thanks to Bobby, and then I'm going to bet it all on Sunday in a crazy, feverish, wheel-clicking parlay extravaganza. I'm going to try to turn $100 into $100,000.
I'll have my camera rolling the whole entire time, by the way.
That'll be great. We'll go for broke. That's why they call it betting. What's the point?
That's right. Exactly right.
I'll either walk away with the $100 I started with, because that'll be the throwaway bet on the side, or I can take the rest of the year off. One or the other. I'm all for it. So let's talk about pro football. Today is Thursday. Hopefully this show is out on time for all of you, but you're probably not going to have enough time to bet on tonight's game because we're recording at 3:32 Pacific time. In 2 hours, Miami Dolphins take on the Baltimore Ravens. It's a 3-point game. Baltimore's -3 going into this game. I'd lay off this game because Miami's crazy. I don't know what Miami is.
Well, I'll tell you this much. Miami got a lot better losing Cutler. That's for sure. The way they came back on the Jets.
I do like this Moore guy a lot.
Yeah. No, Matt Moore is a great quarterback. I mean, he's serviceable, I guess I should say. Not great's probably a stretch.
No, but he's got energy. He certainly wants to be out there, and he's got drive. What he did in that fourth quarter, where he willed that team into that game, was a phenomenal thing to watch.
He has courage. There's no doubt about it. I have a lot of respect for Moore, and that says a lot because I hate the Dolphins with a passion, almost to the level I hate the Patriots with.
Easy Jets fan.
Yes, the fake spike of Dan Marino.
They had Dan Marino, for goodness sakes.
The fake spike ruined my high school life.
Oh, so great. So great.
But in this game, I like the Dolphins in this game. I mean, I didn't wager on it myself, but if you
Dolphins
put a gun to my head.
I agree.
Yeah. I would bet the Dolphins in this one. I don't like the Ravens.
And it's probably worth watching, even though I think it's going to be a really sloppy game tonight.
Yeah, I'll be throwing it on. You know, I have a lot of hockey on tonight I'll be watching, but this will definitely be on the small screen, and I'll have it on in the background for sure.
All right, let's turn to the big games for Sunday, 6:30 a.m. West Coast time, all the way from cheery old London, the worst game of the week. Minnesota taking on the Cleveland Browns. Minnesota coming in at 5-2. Cleveland is 0-7. You're talking 10 points. Good gracious.
And I'll tell you what, I think the Vikings will end up covering those 10 points.
I do too.
The atrocious job being done at the quarterback position in the Browns world, it should have everybody in the whole entire organization fired. We talked about this already with the confidence of quarterbacks. You can't be putting Kaiser in to start, then putting him back. You can't do it. It's not going to work. This kid's going to get shell-shocked. He's not going to have any confidence in himself. He's not going to have confidence to make the plays. He's going to be looking over his shoulder to worried about who's coming in to take his job. Look, either ride with this kid or get rid of him. There's no middle ground in the NFL, and these guys are paid professionals. They should know better.
Right. He's going to get paid no matter what. Don't everybody feel bad for him. But here's the and I agree with you. At the beginning of the season, Cleveland had a tremendous rookie quarterback and a tremendous rookie running back. And they were something to watch. Even if they lose every game, you got to ride that out. You just do.
Yeah, exactly. You can't be going back. You can't be pulling a quarterback. It's very fragile. It's just like a goaltender in hockey. They have their mental state's very different from the rest of us.
Take it from a Rams fan. We could have lost a quarterback. I'd be starting over again this season. Instead, I've got the NFC's second best team which is shocking to me to say at the bye break. But I digress. Let's talk about one of the more entertaining games of the week, and one that I'm going to watch closely. Oakland Raiders taking on the Buffalo Bills. I like this game. Buffalo's -2.5. I think Buffalo's going to steal this game.
I do too. It's going to be cold, 50 degrees or so, and they're in Buffalo. The fans are going to be fired up. The Bills are playing great. They're 3-0 at home this year. Let's not forget that. This Bills team plays well at home. My girlfriend's a Bills fan. I watch a lot of Bills football, and I got to hear a lot of yapping about Shady McCoy all the time. And I'll tell you what, man, he's a great ball player.
It just goes back to my age-old sentence of what are you willing to do because that's the person you have sex with. I'm a Buffalo fan.
Yeah, it's amazing. At least she chose a team in New York, right? I guess it could be worse. Or if you're listening to my dad, sorry, people in Buffalo, but that's Southern Canada. So it's not even New York. But in this game, I like Buffalo in this game. I think that LaShawn McCoy is going to have a good day. I think the cold weather's going to play fits with Derek Carr's back. I don't think he's fully healed yet. I know he had a great game, but I still don't think he's fully healed, and I still think they're taking a chance with an injury like that. I mean, look at some of the great quarterbacks that have back and neck injuries throughout their careers. Peyton Manning comes to mind right away. So I'd be real cautious. The Bills like to get after the quarterback, and I think this is a good spot for the Bills at the -2.5, especially considering that it's just a field goal spread now. The field goal, we win by the hook, and it's nice to live by the hook instead of die by the hook.
Indeed. The Battle of the Toilet takes place in Cincinnati. Indianapolis Colts take on the Cincinnati Bengals. 2-5 meets 2-4. Cincinnati is still giving up 12 points in this crap game.
Yeah, this game, I have zero desire to bet this game one way or the other. I mean, I'll probably throw the Colts on a teaser and tease it up to, the Colts plus 16 or 17. I don't think the Bengals can score that many points on anybody, to be honest with you. The Colts have an atrocious defense. They're not very good.
Dalton, where have you gone? What did you do with your life?
I'll tell you what, I was never really big on Andy Dalton either. I think that they were kind of skating by down there. Even when he was playing in college, I was never huge on him. I got to see a lot of him, down there at TCU, and I've never been a huge fan. I mean, I think he's serviceable, but he's another one of these guys that he's just not going to bring you to the promised land.
Yeah, I agree. Which takes us to the promised land game. The game I circled on my schedule this week. The Los Angeles nobody wants to play him Superchargers take on the New England Patriots, who are – the Chargers are so red hot that the first words out of the Patriots' mouth on their Wednesday press conference was a 5-minute diatribe of why nobody wants to play the Chargers right now that they know how to win a football game. This is an 8.5 point game. I'm going to tell you emotionally, you're going to give the Chargers 8.5? They just shut out Denver. Shut them out. First time in 11 years.
Yep.
Sorry, that's a lot of points.
Yeah, the line of thinking that goes into this from the bookmakers is there's going to be heavy money coming in on the Patriots no matter what.
No matter what.
So they're going to be heavy on the Patriots, and they're going to hang that number a little higher to try and entice some money to come in the Chargers' way. So I'm going to do what they want me to do. I'm betting on the Chargers this week. Not only am I betting on the Chargers on the line, I'm taking a shot money line as well. A lot of that has to do with my hatred of little Bill Belichick and his little buddy Tom Brady. But I think that the Chargers are going to go into Gillette. They're going to catch this Patriots team asleep. And like you said, I think this Chargers team is going to continue to roll. They're going to end up going to the playoffs. And the AFC West better look out. There's a new problem. There's a new problem child in town.
Yeah, they are. They've taken the Oakland Raider role. They've slid right in. And fortunately, the AFC West, which is what everybody feared this year in the AFC, they beat each other up. I mean, Kansas City was always going to do what they were going to do. But Denver and Oakland seem to have short-circuited themselves, and the Chargers are just going to walk right by them into that empty spot. Good for us. Here's what it
comes down to. Look at all the quarterbacks that are surrounding Simeon, and then he's Simeon. Let's be brutally honest. The NFL is a quarterback-driven league. Take it from a Jets fan. You need a quarterback to win in the NFL. Anybody who tells you any different has no idea what they're watching. This isn't 1982 where you can run the ball 1,400 times in a game. That's not going to work. So you need to be able to stretch the field. And if you don't have a quarterback that can do that, you're in big trouble. And Simeon is not that guy. The Broncos defense is great. Don't get me wrong. But you're going to be playing a lot of catch up. I mean, when a team comes down and scores on you right away and your defense doesn't hold up, then what?
Yeah,
this is the NFL. You need to have plan B.
I agree. Chicago Bears take on New Orleans Saints. -10 for New Orleans. Is the New Orleans track team out on display in New Orleans?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, New Orleans is putting up points in bushels right now. They're playing good ball. Drew Brees is a great player, but I'll tell you, this is a very gritty Bears squad. I'm not interested in laying 10 points in this game. Now, that said, I probably will tease the Saints down to get the Saints to -4 or so, and I will be taking the Bears, though, on the half-point parlay line, getting the 10 points.
Nice. The game that I'm actually looking forward to, because all of my quarterbacks are in a bye this week, and you're not going to be able to guess who my quarterback is. Atlanta takes on New York in New York. Atlanta's -4. Oh, no, I'm starting Josh.
Oh, boy, you're come on, bro.
Come on, what's
this guy's...
Okay, wait. After watching Atlanta, here was my thinking. I do have one other quarterback. All right, I do. And I'm not completely opposed to starting him. But here's my thinking. The Jets aren't that bad. That's number one. But number two, what has the Atlanta secondary done that demonstrates to you that they have the ability to stop anybody? The Patriots went through them like a hot knife through butter, and that's not a great offense right now.
No, you're absolutely right. The thing for me is this, though, with the Jets. The Jets are not prepared to take on a team like the Falcons yet. They don't have the horses to run and gun with this team.
I just need McCown not to throw any interceptions or do anything stupid. Look, I just expect him to get yards.
He won't. He's going to throw. I'm going to tell you right now, he will throw multiple interceptions.
He's going to break my heart.
He'll try and force the ball like he did at the end of the game of the Dolphins. He's just that guy. If you're going to be a gunslinger, you better be Drew Brees or Brett Favre. You can't be a gunslinger who never wins games.
Or if you're in San Diego.
Phillip Rivers is a whole different case because that guy's just, you know what, he's
crazy. He just throws the ball. He doesn't care.
And he was stuck with Norv Turner for so long. That's a huge handicap. If he never got traded to San Diego and he was the Giants quarterback, the sky's the limit for Phillip Rivers. This guy has all the tools. I think Norv Turner truly screwed this guy's whole entire career up.
That's fantastic. All right, so you're saying I got to back off of Josh McCown all the way, no questions.
Yeah, I don't see how McCown can have a big game here. I think the Jets are going to run the ball. I think the Jets will cover the spread. The Jets will be close enough to cover the spread maybe, but I'm not betting it. I have no desire to bet this game. Atlanta -5 looks like a trap, but I have to tell you.
Stafford or McCown?
Oh, man, I'd go with Stafford. I'd go with that.
He's in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. I'd go with anybody but McCown, to be honest with you.
Wow. All right, I'm going with your advice. I'm making the change right now.
Yeah, it's tough to say. I have no faith in McCown. I've said it from my couch 500 times this year. This guy he's a disaster waiting to happen. For someone who's as seasoned and has been in the league as long as he has, you would think he'd be able to feel the backside pressure and know to get rid of the ball and throw it away. But instead he tries to force something in there and it gets picked every single time.
Strong case. I like where you went with it. It seemed articulated. I'm going with your advice. I had Stafford and I had McCown to make up for the fact that Jared Goff is on the bench this week. Goff, by the way, is a fantasy dream. All he does is throw the ball a lot, short pass, and scores for touchdowns. Brilliant. It was the easiest pickup I've had on fantasy football. But I digress. You guys care about betting. This is all about me and my fantasy team at this particular moment. Sorry, I digress. San Francisco, Philadelphia. You got to give up 14. The number one team is taking on the 30. I don't know if they're the dead last football team because there's Cleveland in the mix, but boy, they're in the 30s.
They're close.
They're close. San Francisco's having a horrible season.
I saw today something that San Francisco sent out a memo to their season ticket holders asking them how much they cared about winning. If I would have gotten a memo like that from the Jets, I would have went down to headquarters and I would have went absolutely positively insane. They would have had to. I would have looked like Shia LaBeouf after Trump won the election. I would have went absolutely positively bonkers. Can you imagine spending all that money as a season ticket holder and getting something that, do I care about winning? What kind of question is that?
That's crazy. Am I giving up the 14 and trusting that Philadelphia will keep doing what they're doing as the number one team in the NFL?